Hello, hello, soul loves. It's that time of the year that we get to blame it on Mercury. Yes, it's today. It went retrograde. So you've got an excuse for the next 3 weeks when communication goes haywire and things just aren't working in your life. You can blame it on Mercury. Poor Mercury. Mercury retrograde's really not here for us to blame it on. But when our life seems to be a hot mess during that time period, we've already been in the shadow for the last 2 weeks. And in that, when Mercury goes retrograde, it's like it appears that it's stationary, that it's going backwards, but it really isn't. But it's like in a stationary time period. So we're going to have this from the 21st till May 14th. So it's in Taurus, in Aries season. Well, no, we just went into Taurus, but we just had an eclipse. See, I'm already like making mistakes. I'm saying things backwards. That's what happens when Mercury's in retrograde. Okay, we just had an eclipse this week. And we'll have another eclipse on May 5th. That's a lunar eclipse. So this energy is like really big energy because it's like eclipses are new beginnings. It was an eclipse at the end of Aries that went over into this Taurus energy. And Taurus energy is all about setting back, being practical, waiting, and waiting, thinking about it, and sometimes Taurus can get stuck. Okay. So this energy is there's a lot going on with it besides just Mercury being retrograde, because it's got its own little quirks with this. And that new moon that we just had was on the was where the eclipse was. So anyway, so it's a good time to recap. That's what Mercury retrograde's about. It's about recapping, looking back. It's not a great time to start a new project, but it's a great time to reflect on what you're already doing, or like if you're in the middle of a launch, something that you're wanting to move forward with. If it's something that you were already doing and you've already put this in action, then, don't kill your momentum with it. Just know that things may go a little haywire because it's a communication. Mercury is about communication. So it's external communication. So when the external communication goes haywire and you feel like that you got off the school bus and there's a unicorn waiting for you while there's, the cross guard telling you to stop, but the unicorn saying go. And at the same time, there's a spaceships above. Well, part of that that's zipping around is also because, this is about transportation. Mercury is about transportation. And so in this age in time and communication, it's about digital. I can't ever say that word correctly either. It does this brain firing in my head. So that's what my brain's always like, Mercury in retrograde. It's technical stuff that may go haywire in your life, like just communication stuff. Your computer may do weird stuff. And so we also have, it can be like a wacky, like you're in one of those wacky fun houses, with mirrors. Those houses are never fun. I don't know why they're saying that's why they call them fun houses, because that's exactly what this energy can be like. That you're in the energy of the not so fun house. So when that happens, go outside, breathe while Mercury's dancing backwards. Okay. Because it's in this material world of, the material world of Taurus. Taurus is all about money, beauty, pretty things. It's about nature. It's about going outside, connecting in that in that way. So if things go off for you, go outside, take a breath, connect to nature, breathe, and be one with that energy. Because Taurus is also can be stubborn. And so it's like, don't be stubborn and think you're going to win battling whatever tech issues that are going on. Just walk away from it. Take a breath, come back, shake it off, and then see what comes to you. Let's see, what else have we got? Yeah, because that the Taurus energy of my way or the highway attitude is not gonna it's not gonna help during this time period. So, um, so we've got that other eclipse coming up on the 5th in this energy while Mercury is in this. So it's halfway through this time period that that's gonna be there. So I'll do a whole thing on the lunar eclipse and what that energy is for us. Let's see. What else have I got to say for you? Oh, so be prepared. This is how to be prepared. Taurus is also can be stubborn. And so it's like, don't be stubborn and think you're going to win battling whatever tech issues that are going on. Just walk away from it. Take a breath, come back, shake it off, and then see what comes to you. Let's see. What else have we got? Yeah, because that the Taurus energy of my way or the highway attitude is not gonna it's not gonna help during this time period. So, um, so we've got that other eclipse coming up on the 5th in this energy while Mercury is in this. So it's halfway through this time period that that's gonna be there. So I'll do a whole thing on the lunar eclipse and what that energy is for us. Let's see. What else have I got to say for you? Oh, so be prepared. This is how to be prepared. So be prepared for delays. So take something with you. If you have to go somewhere and it's outside, it's like communication outside of you, then just take something with you or do energy work on it before you go and see it all be cleared and it's this or something better. And to see all of that stuff align for you and know that somewhere it's in divine timing. Okay. Um, it sometimes it's a time that relationships come back for review, like somebody you haven't seen for a long time, some ex tries to come back into your life, that kind of stuff. It's just review. It's review to go, okay, am I going back? Am I finished with this? Is it time to move on? Where am I at with this? So the collective energy with this Mercury retrograde, in this material world, in the material madness, we could see things going on with cash, finances, stuff like that. Um, yeah, I don't want to get too into all of that. I don't want to be creating things for people, but just pay attention to your money and what's going on with it. Just pay attention that there's no little surprises in anything that deposits that are supposed to be made, especially if it's electronically. Don't be spending money if you don't know that the deposit's not there. Okay, just pay attention to things like that. You may feel a little bit more obsessive about your bank accounts and shopping and counting your coins. So yeah, and balancing and that type of stuff. So it's just a time. If that comes up for you, then it's a time to be aware. Be aware of that. Taurus is also known for. Wow, I am going blank with my brain, you all. I have a Taurus moon, and this energy's really been hitting my head with all of this as things have been changing out for me. Okay, I'm looking over at my notes. Oh, you can feel like that you're in molasses. So, procrastination is your friend during this time period. Because if you're procrastinating during this time period, then it's probably not a green light. It's a time that your inner self is telling you just sit back and wait and let the mud settle. Because let's see what happens on the other side of the mud. And they'll tell you not to buy electronics, you know, don't sign contracts, all of that kind of stuff. You'll see that in a lot of things. And the thing is, more than likely, your electronics may break down during this time period. And it's not that the Mercury retrograde is creating it, it's the energies that are already there, and you were probably already having problems and you weren't paying any attention to it. So just make sure you got backups on stuff. And And if it goes down during this time period, then you're going to have to buy something new. So just pay attention to what you're buying, look at the contracts, and go in and check out everything, and shop wisely. Okay. Okay, so Taurus is ruled by Venus, so it's the goddess of love and all the sensual energies. So there could be quite and gossip and all kinds of things like that. So there could be some nice, juicy gossip things that are going on in the collective. So we may, a lot of things that have been hidden maybe be showed during this time period, especially because of the influence of the eclipses that are right in the middle of all of this. Okay, let's see. So you're going to be evaluating your values. So your Taurus is ruling your value system. So this Mercury retrograde, with it be an earthy sign, you could have us asserting what really matters, and expect a collective shift in priorities, and that it was as we ponder our relationships and our careers. You may have big ahas in that. I get big, huge downloads during Mercury retrograde. It's like always, it's a time that I go within and I get excited because I'm writing, new classes are coming in. I get downloads, I get insights. It's like, how do I take this information and hand it out to the world? So I'm not one of these people that freak out because it's Mercury retrograde. I'm like, oh yeah, now it's time to go be quiet and go within, and I don't have to communicate with the external world. So use that as your message. If it's all going haywire in the external world, then go into the inner world, go into that place. It also is a time to connect to Mother Nature, uh, and that would be a good time to do that, to go in to connect with Mother Nature. This is the time of year that we start planting. So go out and do things like that. Bless your land, bless the energies. Okay. I'm going to go into all signs. So I am a Western astrologer using whole signs for this part of this section for you all. So go by your rising sign, your sun and your moon. So your rising sign is all about you. Your sun is really about your father, and your moon is about your mother. So listen to those two, and it could tell you things that's going on with the rest of your family, and things in your life during this time period, things that may show up for you. Okay, so we're going to start out with Taurus, since it's all about Taurus. So Taurus, if you have sun, moon, or rising, you're going to be in for a treat, because you're the one that's probably going to feel this the most. So be ready for some serious growth. Look at it that way. It's an opportunity for growth, and maybe even a little adulting, that you'll have to step up to the plate to things that you've been holding back on. And remember that change is a good thing, Taurus, even though sometimes you don't like change and that you'd rather just, hold on to everything. So that may be something different for you, that you're letting go of everything during this time period. So so this is in your first house. So it's a time for you to rethink how you present yourself in the world. This retrograde may bring some identity related challenges or delays for you, and focus on self reflection and personal development as you navigate this cosmic turbulence. Okay, next is Gemini rising. So this is the ones, if wherever your Taurus is, in whatever house your Taurus is in your chart, is the house theme that this is going to, where you will be affected by the energies, okay, or where the effects of the energies will affect you. Okay, so Gemini rising, 12th house. It's time for spiritual rewind. This retrograde is about, might highlight unresolved issues, hidden feelings. This is the house of hidden enemies too. Take time to meditate, journal, and practice self-care as you process these emotions and seek inner clarity. Seek inner clarity. Don't be running around out there. Gemini, you're ruled by Mercury, and it's in retrograde. So don't be running around out there trying to communicate all your thoughts and feelings and wild-ass things that go through your mind to the rest of the world because they're not going to be able to understand you during this time period. Go in, reflect, talk to yourself, walk around in your yard and talk to yourself. Okay. Process your emotions internally and then seek advice outside for go in for inner clarity, not for recognition from the rest of the world. Okay. Cancer rising. This is 11th house. Expect a few hiccups in your social circle, long-term goals, miscommunications with friends, or setback in your plans that may arise. Use this time to reassess your aspirations and reconnect with your support network. And how do you want that to be for you when you come out of this 3 weeks? What do you want to be there to nurture and support you, Cancer? Leo rising. So this is the Mercury retrograde will be in the 10th house. Career curveballs coming your way. This retrograde could bring miscommunications at work, delays. Okay, something happened there. My whole thing is missing. So it's about work, it's about delays, career, communications, opportunities. So just sit back and know that this time may not be the time for you to shine. And that because we know that you like your world stage and that you may need to set back with that to see what's coming for you and then create the stage that you want to be on, Leo. Okay, so ninth house is Virgos. So this, your travel plans, be warned that the retrograde may bring disruptions along long distance journeys and education pursuits. Stay flexible in your itinerary. Consider revisiting spiritual beliefs and a need to have a fresh perspective on stuff. So yeah, Virgo, you're also ruled by Mercury. So this energy is really going to, Mercury retrogrades always hit you all because it's your ruling sign. So it's about going within and not so much about giving all your analytical discernments to the external world. It's about you going in and processing it yourself because they're not going to be able to understand you. You can give them instructions all day long, and they're probably going to do ass backwards what you tell them to do. It's just going to be that time period. So know that and don't create the frustration in your life. Okay, Libra rising. This is 10th house. No, that's not right. 8th house. What in the hell is going on? All of these are turned around backwards now. It is 8th house. So this is other people's money, careers, goals. Maintain your patience as you navigate through these challenges. Prepare for a deep dive into this retrograde that you'll be reevaluating your shared resources, intimacy, personal transformation. Expect potential miscommunications around finances with others, emotional miscommunications around finances. Could be time to address unresolved issues and work towards your healing. Yep, that's what's going on, Libra. I'm a Libra sun, so it's like, what's the miscommunications that are going on in my life? And obviously, my notes today are turned around backwards, and I'm having to look at them and put them together in my mind and put them together because there's chunks missing and they're moving here and there. That's the things that you may see during Mercury retrograde. It's like, okay, how did that happen? So sit with it, go in, Libra, bring the balance to yourself. Do what you need to do for yourself to bring that balance. Connect to nature, connect to beauty, things that bring balance to you and soothe your soul. Okay, Scorpio rising. This is going to be in your 7th house. So expect relationship hiccups. It's the house of partnerships, so it could put communication the communication with your significant other or potential partners, whether that's love relationships or any kind of relationships in life, okay? It could put it under a microscope, and that's even relationships with family, whatever relationships are to you. I mean, it's kind of supposed to be more, that house is more about partnerships. And so people look at that as love partnerships, but it's partnerships in all kinds of ways. Okay. So your misunderstandings and mix-ups could lead to tensions, and also keep those listening sharp ears, because Scorpio, you always hear the shadow side of everything. So pay attention to that. Pay attention to the shadow that is showing itself to you first. I mean, you live that every day. I know, I'm Scorpio rising. This is, it's like we live it every day. So what makes me good at being able to do readings for people, because I hear the shadow and what's holding them back and sabotaging them. So pay attention to that. And when you get those warnings of what's sabotaging, then put it into practice for yourself. Okay? Because this is about you right now. Okay. Sag. This is sixth house. Mercury retrograde in the sixth house. Your daily routines, your work, your environment might face some disruptions. Be prepared to be mutable and do another thing for you. Oh, potential miscommunications with coworkers, with schedules. It's a perfect time for you to reevaluate your self-care alignment and make adjustments for a healthier lifestyle. And how you can be flexible with that, and that you don't have to be so rigid that it has to be tennis at 2 on Friday. It's like, yeah, you may have to do tennis at 8 on Thursday instead. It's like, just know that that may happen, and be flexible with that, and move through whatever that is for you, and see what this or something better, and what does the universe bring you. Okay, fifth house, Capricorns, Capricorn rising, and the people with or Taurus is in your fifth house. It could put a damper on your creative expression and romantic life. You may feel a bit misunderstood or experience some setbacks in these areas. Don't be too hard on yourself. Consider a time to revisit your creative projects and your romantic approaches. Okay, Aquarius rising, fourth house. N- this could be stirring up the pot in your domestic life. Miscommunications with family members, challenges around households might emerge. Use this time to reorganize your home and reconnect with your loved ones. So if it gets a little crazy, just throw something away. Go in and go through your closets and go, why is this even here? That's a time to do that. To go back and look at things and reorganize. And when you reorganize that, then it's going to reorganize things out into the external world when it's time to step back and to come out of the closet, Aquarius, and step back into the communications. So, yeah, Pisces rising, third house. Expect some communication breakdowns and delays in your immediate environment. Double check your emails, your texts, and misunderstandings could arise. That's for everybody. Be extra cautious while traveling, and consider revisiting plans or ideas that need refinement during this time period. These are like travels, short distant travels, and plans in that way. So make sure that all of your things are in line, that your tickets that you that you think that your ticket is on this day at this time. Go back and recheck it and make sure exactly when it is. Okay. Okay. I'm also hearing, if you're flying, don't be surprised if your flight gets changed. Just know that. Just know that there could be some delays in that for you. Okay. And that goes with everybody. That's one of the things that gets, one of the effects during this time period. So Aries, this is it. Aries, this retrograde is going to be in your second house. hold on to your wallet because that's your money house. It may bring some financial hiccups that you weren't expecting, force you to reassess your values and your resources. Be cautious with investments and purchases during this time period. Consider reevaluating your budget and your financial goals. So, all of these highlights, insights, that's the houses. And so we all have 12 houses in our chart. Look, my brain is like not connecting at all today. Okay. So we have those. So that is the theme in each one of those houses, and how the Mercury retrograde, the effect that it will have in each house. So each one of those houses, you have that too, regardless what your sign is. But if your rising sign is that house, then that's going to be the most highlighted thing during this time period. So I'm going to do a thing on the lunar eclipse. There's so much more stuff that's happening during this time period too. We also have a Mercury Gazemi during this. We've got during that eclipse, Pluto, it was like opposition to the sun. So there's like lots of energies that's going on. And it's just an opportunity to remember the truth of who you are, and that you answered the calling to come here to this planet, to be here at this time as we watch this evolutionary change that's coming. It is coming. And so, anytime that we're in one of these predestinated times with these Mercury retrogrades, then that's the time. It's a time for us to slow down, to go within and do our own inner reflection of what we're here for, what the gifts are, and what are we bringing out into the world. Okay. So thank you so much for being here. Thank you for incarnating. Thank you for being the blessing that you are. This is Kimberly. I don't think I said who I was today. This is Kimberly with Celestial Juju. So share, like, subscribe to help my see, I can't even say that, to help my channel during this time period for this to be shown, because this could be a time that there are snafus with that. So I'm going to clear that energy right now and see this going out and connecting to the world and to go within. It's a perfect time. This is a perfect time to go within and do your inner child work. It's a great time to do past life regression work, to do breath work. Yeah, it's a good time to go within and to do all of those things for yourself, and to to go in and then create the world that you want to seed and birth, and what you're going to bring out into the world, and to remember the truth of who you are, the divine being that you are. Be blessed. Bye.